Hi, I'm Rebecca Christens. My question is in chapter 38. It's 11A on the document. It reads, I work for a global microchip manufacturer. I have data that includes the monthly predicted and actual sales and the variance between the two values for Canada, France, and US for chip 1, chip 2, and chip 3. For each month and each combination of country and product, I want to obtain the following data: the actual revenue, budgeted revenue, actual variance, actual revenue as a percentage of annual revenue, and variance as a percentage of budgeted revenue. How can I obtain this information? Now I've put that information here of what I want to capture, just so I don't forget and for visualization. We're going to do this by creating a pivot table. So I'm going to go into the Insert tab. Oh, double clicked it. Here's my pivot table. And I'm looking at all the ranges in here. And the range is already in here for me because I have clicked inside field in the data table. So that looks good to me. I'm actually going to change it to existing worksheet. New worksheet would probably be best practice, but I'm just doing it here, existing worksheet, just so I can keep everything together for this video. So I'm gonna put that table right here. Now push OK. All right, and then I'm gonna start building my table. I'm gonna take month, check month, and I want my month in the rows. I want my product. I want the product in filters. I also want a country in the filters. All right, that looks good to me. Then I'm going to take my variance. I want it in this order exactly because of how I want it to show up. And I want this in the values box. So looks like it already went in there when I clicked on it automatically. I also want revenue in there, and I also want budget in there. I don't want month in there. I could, but I don't want it in there. I also don't want country in there. That happened when I clicked the arrows. So what's this telling me right now is in January, the total revenue was $87,534, and the total budgeted sales was $91,831. So the actual sales fell, and I have a sign here, $4,297 short of the forecast or the variance. I'm going to determine the percentage of total annual revenue earned during each month. I'm going to use my pivot table, of course, so I'm going to drag revenue here to the values field. This is going to be revenue 2. Yeah, that's how I want it to show. So I'm coming into this column and I'm right-clicking. I have a Mac, so it's a little bit different. And I want value field settings. I get this pivot table field box. This is what I want, the sum of revenue 2. So I want that column here. So I'm working on something new now. I want to show data as, and I want this. I'm going to look down here. And I want the percent right here, the percent of column total. I'm going to push OK. And note now that is in our percentage form. So now what we are seeing is, well, we look at the total revenue, and it was $1,026,278 for the total revenue of the whole year. And if we look at January, then, for instance, with what we just did, then January sales provided 8.53% of revenue. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to create a calculated field for. So I'm in the Pivot Table Analyze tab, and I'm looking for this fields, items, and sets. I want the calculated field, but that's what I want to do. And I have the dialog box popped up here for me. So I want to give it a name, and I'm just going to go with variance percentage a budget. And here I have to put in my formula. So what is the formula I want? That's variance divided by the budget. And that's budget. So everything looks good to me. So I'm just going to click OK. And I have my next column on the right. Now I've done all the pieces of the question. However, I don't like how this looks in decimal form. So even though the text doesn't have this part, I am going to the Home tab and just putting this into percentage, since that's what it asked for anyway. It's just easier for me to visualize. So now when I look at this, I can see that in January, sales were 4.7% lower than was budgeted. And another part that is not in this question, but I will point out since it's here, on the sheet, it's part of what we did, is we can filter, let's say just like data for chip 2, and also we can filter by country if we wanted to. And that's all. Thanks for watching.